The level 172 is probably the hardest Ravager target in this raid. I'm going to run through my method for between 20 and 40 minutes repair with 3 ships. Hey folks, Derpy here, welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. And these 3 ships are quite upgraded using tokens I've saved up from the pillage as well as the TLC and just slow build time. It's more comparable to 5 ships at U1 than it is to, say, 3 ships at U1, so keep that in mind. Alright, the first thing I like to do in this target is start out towards the top. I go into this cloud on the far right here, and then loop back over to the left when I'm avoiding all that damage from any of those fog cutter missiles there. Once you're here, you can zoom in, you're a little bit safer, you're not getting hit by any missiles here. You can target a few things, take out this entire turret set when you're safe and not in range of anything. It's really important for you to realize that if you are ever in range of fog cutter missiles, you need to be moving or you're going to take some pretty serious damage. I would not recommend autoing this target at all. It is quite rough to go through. Next up, I go up to the top, I pull a few ships off to engage those, and then try and turn around and get back there as early as I can. I don't want to go over and engage this hulk yet because it can shoot at me, but I can't shoot at it because it is still shrouded. You can dip in here, grab a few shots off, kill a few turrets here if possible, but if you are shot at again, you need to stay moving there. As I said, if you ever are shot at by a missile, if there's ever a large red ring, you need to be moving. Alright, several things there have been taken care of. Let's dip down closer towards the bottom of this target, shoot at a few things here. Trigger off 2 ships, which I'm not worried about, because these scouts you can outrange and should stay at max range of. You can also hide from them using the clouds. I did just trigger one of these hulks there, which is unfortunate. The next thing I'm going to do in this target after I kill these scouts is loop off towards the left side, because you have to kill these 2 buildings here, or at least this one building, with a blue ring above that, or blue nav sign above that, before you can actually start killing the hulks and unshroud them. It's a little bit misleading, but it is certainly something you would figure out quite early on in this target. Target that, fire a few shots off at that. It is okay if you don't shoot at everything else around there. You'll come back for that a little bit later. Now with these hulks, you want to again stay at max range and stay moving, because if there is any damage from anything here, it's going to be from scatterguns that hit you when you're not moving quite fast enough. If you ever need a little break from things, you can hide in the clouds, and everything but the hulks will stop coming at you. The hulks have that fog cutter effect with the yellow targeting ring above you, so they can stay moving through the clouds and are going to hit you regardless. I am also using a Molotov mating crew on this run just to see if that helps out a lot. I don't think it did, and the best crew is probably still Sea Serpents, just for a little bit of extra evade, saving the flagship from a little bit of damage, as well as that turn speed is somewhat nice, but it's by no means needed. The Steelheads is not a great crew because corrosive building damage, corrosive survival does not help out against any of this stuff because there is no corrosive survival from the Steelheads crew. Alright, targeting another few ships and try and stay moving here. You shouldn't take too much damage from these guys. It should be fairly decent and fairly low. And again, stay moving if there are missiles shooting at you. I like to zoom out here to have more things. I can see what's in the target more. I will just zoom in a few times to give you a little bit of a closer view for YouTube. Alright, I'm going to loop up to the top of the target and grab the next missile right here. Again, this fog cutter effect, that yellow targeting icon, means it can see you through any clouds, so don't be surprised if it shoots at you there. And again, just shoot at something, do enough damage, it will eventually die. You don't have to stay there and keep shooting at it until it's actually dead. Several more turrets on this island to kill, and keep looping around, and the target is just about over here. There was at one point an invisible brimstone missile right here. It looks like it might have been fixed at this point, which is great. And again, you're going to have to decide yourself, or figure out yourself, how many shots you actually need to kill everything. You can do other things like hide in these clouds here and shoot at any of these turrets to help boost and save your damage just a little bit. Like I was saying, you need to make sure to only shoot at things enough times you're actually going to kill it. Don't stay there shooting at something when it's already dead or will be dead 8 seconds from now, if that makes any sense. And again, stay moving to avoid most of the corrosive damage from this target. Not a bad run here. Let's go ahead and check the battle report, the damage, as well as the build. And of course, this is not an example of the realistic damage every single person is going to get, so Kixeye should not tune the targets off my damage. Alright, penetrative was fairly low. You can evade or miss most of that, and countermeasures were great against a lot of penetrative stuff in this target. Corrosive is the majority of your damage, and that is even using more corrosive armor. Here's the build that I'm using, and the total repair is 18 minutes and 56 seconds, probably my best run on the 172 so far. The build is shown here. I have one ship at U3 fully armored, fully built with split weapons. One ship at X1, no armor yet. I will put more on when I get various different tokens. And then it's again split weapons fully built, other than armor. The flagship is only at U2. There is just not enough time to get that up to U3 before the raid. And that has 2 missile defense system 3s, and everything else is split weapons with armors and specials. Alright, well, if you do have any questions on the build or the target or my approach to that, go ahead and let me know, and I'll make sure to get back to you in the comments in a pretty timely fashion. Thank you to all the people who support the channel here by being channel members, and as always, this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.